a really close girlfriend, and she was recently divorced. She started dating again, and so she, did what she thought she needed to do. She's waxed everything. Told me she waxed down there, her toes. Why? How bad is your toe from? And guys, here's what I reckon. I reckon you guys don't care if we have hobbit feet. As long as we're willing to touch your precious. Australian men don't care if we have feet at all. You're so macho. That's not a knife. Yes, it's a knife. Macho men. Huffington Post named Australian men the sexiest men in the world. Of course they're the sexiest. They're not the smartest. That's not a brain. This is brain. My brother's one of those macho guys who says macho stuff like, look, you're not really gay if you're giving it. What are you then? Just being neighbourly? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to look like that. I shouldn't say that to Santa. Guys, I was in Australia watching national TV, and this Aussie dad was being interviewed after his 8-year-old son had been stung by 100 killer bees. Right there, and they said to the dad, "Well, how do you feel?" So he looks down at his son, who's like covered in red wells, right? And he says, "Better him than me." You'd never say that in America. You might be thinking it, but you never say that. Right? You're too supportive. You'd say, Cletus, don't poke a beehive with a stick. You're American. Use a gun. Reminds me of my honeymoon. My husband and I, for our honeymoon, we took a road trip in the Poconos, and we stopped for dinner, and we got into this argument, which would never have happened if we'd been in Paris. I go out into the parking lot to kind of cool down a little bit, and I come face to face with a bear, right? Like me on one side of the car, and it on the other side of the car, 8 foot tall, looking like it wanted to bite my head off. Kind of like my Jewish mother-in-law when she found out I hate retail. Right? Same look. Now, over the years, I've been asked what kind of bear it was. Like, I don't know. We don't have bears in Australia. We have koala bears. No, that's not a bear. This is a bear. Right? And I didn't know what to do because, I don't know. I was going to get into the car, but, it was a convertible. And so I think between everything that was happening that night and just the shock of what was going on, I think my outback survival instinct just kind of kicked in, like, ah! What are you looking at? Obviously, I don't belong here. I big ones, and I hate that shirt. And the bear just looked at me and then ran into the woods. So I sounded just like his wife. And then all these Japanese tourists with cameras just ran right after him, and I'm like, why would you do that? I'm pretty sure bears love sushi. Anyhow, surprisingly, I felt much better. I went back inside and I sat down with my husband, and he said, "Oh, did you hear? There's some crazy woman in the parking lot yelling at a bear!" And I said, "Well, at least the bear listened." How are you guys doing? You having a good time? Did I frighten the crap out of you? I'm sorry. I'm definitely very, very sorry about that. The thing is, see, who here thinks that men actually listen? Anyone?
What?
No, see, I think my husband sometimes only listens to the woman in his GPS. So now I say, angle your dipstick 5 degrees left.